Hey scholars, it's good to be back with you. Now in the last couple of videos we've been talking about matrix multiplication. Before we move on, I want to make real sure we've got the details of what happens when you multiply matrices that aren't square. Now I've made up two matrices. This one is, the blue one, is 2 rows and 3 columns. So M rows and N columns, and unfortunately M and N sound an awful lot alike. So the second matrix, the red one, has 3 rows and 2 columns, and that's N by P. These are the sizes up here. Now the big idea is that when you multiply these, the result is M times P. N doesn't appear in it anywhere, right? And the second big idea is that when you're multiplying numbers, it's commutative. It doesn't matter which order you multiply numbers. So 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 2 is 6. That's fine. Because of this matrix that has 2 rows and 3 columns multiplied by 3 rows and 2 columns winds up with 2 rows and 2 columns. Now these two matrices are compatible no matter which way I order them in. So if I were to flip these around, you could still multiply it, but you're going to get a different answer. It's not even going to be the same size. If you do it the other way around, we're going to wind up with a 3 by 3 matrix. All right, so just to make sure we've got the mechanics right here, let me get a marker out here. When I start to multiply matrices, I'm going to be working through rows and columns. As I work through the first row of this one, the second matrix, you're always working down the columns. Okay, where those two cross each other, first row, first column, this is the term you're going to make. All right, so let's just work through this by hand. Now let's see if I can do this and not have my head in your way. So 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 3 is 6, plus that 1 is 7, 3 times 5 is 15, plus 7 is 22. So let's go first row and now second column. See if I can get this right. 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 4 is 8, plus 2 is 10, 3 times 6 I should say, is 18, plus 10 is 28. So you see how this works. You can work through the rest of these on your own. Now, before we move on from matrix multiplication, I'm going to take these same two matrices and I'm going to show you how to run them through MATLAB. I think you already know this, so maybe you skip it if you don't need it. But just in case you do, let's give you one more chance to practice this.